As if the conventional deadlift wasn't tough enough, now we get to explore a particularly nasty variation called the snatch grip deadlift. It's a lot like the regular deadlift, but with a significantly wider hand placement. This variation is tougher for two big reasons. The first one is that with the wider hand placement, the range of motion is greater. Reaching wider on the bar means that the vertical distance you cover with your arms is shorter, meaning you have to hinge even further down. So not only are you covering more distance, but you're adding extra distance to the bottom range where it's typically the hardest. The second reason is that this wider grip is far less advantageous, and your upper back has to do much more work to keep the bar in place. As with a regular deadlift, you still want to keep your shoulder blades retracted and the bar close to your body. But since you have less leverage with the wider hands, you have to work even harder just to accomplish this same thing. It's pretty common after performing snatch grip deadlifts to have your upper back feeling good and sore the next day. Now, there are a few things worth noting with the snatch grip deadlift. Firstly, you must use straps. Ordinarily, I merely suggest using straps for a deadlift, but with the snatch grip variant, it's a necessity. Without straps, your hands will tire way too quickly, and you'll have to drop the weight way down just to get through the set. If you use straps, you can use enough weight to actually tax your posterior chain in the way that we want. Second, the extra range of motion that comes with this exercise is no joke. And like other hip hinging movements, your back must stay neutral. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, or maybe you are on the taller side, you might find that the only way to even reach the barbell is to hunch over and round your back. If that's the case, you must make an adjustment. Add some risers to shorten the range of motion to the point where you can keep a neutral spine. And lastly, expect to use less weight. This might be an obvious one, but it's still important. If you try to use the same loading here that you do with a regular deadlift, you're bound to get stuck. That's probably why so few people perform this lift, because who wants to use less weight? Well, in this case, you do. You're smart and your ego can take it. It'll pay off in the long run.